I'm Sarvy Geranpayeh. I'm a journalist and I've been covering stories of Afghan artists and cultural figures who have found themselves in grave danger since the Taliban takeover of Afghanistan. One of the questions I'm often faced with is, artists, they're at risk, they're in danger, really? And the answer is yes, absolutely. Their lives are at risk. And the reason is because we're talking about people who have been fighting extremism, fighting Taliban ideologies. They've been using their pens, their cameras, their paintbrushes to say, no, you do not get to call people infidels and blow them up. No, child marriage is not okay. Locking women up and telling them they can only leave with a male guardian is not okay. Playing musical instruments, listening to music, writing about love in poetry, or painting live figures are not sins. These are not crimes. The work they did was extremely dangerous. They put their lives at risk doing it, but they did it anyway because they believed this was the best way to fight extremism. But now they've been left alone, completely defenseless. And as we know, the Taliban are not forgiving of people who challenge them. Just have a look at what they've done to the young women who've challenged them over the last few weeks. So can anything be done? Absolutely. I think first and foremost, governments need to move swiftly to recognize artists and cultural figures as vulnerable, which can help obtain visas for them. And working closely with art institutes, I think an efficient and a fair system can be put in place to verify who is really at risk. Next is the financial situation. I think art institutes, along with their partners, need to continue to raise money, number one, for emergency funds, because as we know, the artists have been without an income for the last 5 months, and they will be without an income for the foreseeable future because art is all but banned in Afghanistan. And with partners, art institutes can come up with projects that can see the Afghan artists and cultural figures employed and commission them to produce work. Next, I think once everyone is safe and secure, art institutes, with the help of governments, need to look at how to save some of this magnificent work that has been buried in people's backyards and basements. We have to preserve this work. Lastly, I think a point that's often overlooked is we are talking about people, a group of people who are highly cultured and educated and will be an absolute asset to any country who provides them with a home. So saving them will not only benefit the communities where they go to rebuild their lives, but will help preserve Afghan arts and culture for future generations. And that can only be a gain for Afghanistan and for the world.